Right. Hello everyone, this is Primetime Wrestling UK. This is our third attempt to do this because my dad's called my phone twice now and it's completely ruined my recordings. So I'm completely rewinding back again. It's a good job it's not a wrestler on this show. I wouldn't be able to bloody keep doing this, I tell you. Well, let's just say, of course you are a wrestler, but I'm talking about a WE wrestler, but it would be awkward to keep doing it with them, that's for sure. Anyway, we're going to start again, which hopefully won't have to keep doing this, because it's doing my head in now. But we're going to talk about London Film Comic Con, as well as Battleground pay-per-view, which is coming up on Sunday. First, we'll talk about London Film Comic Con, which was Saturday and Sunday just gone, as well as the Friday, which I didn't do the Friday. I can't do 3 days running. But Saturday... Yeah, it was only a preview, it was brief, but yeah, it wasn't worth going to because there wasn't that many there. But yeah, we both had early bird. Took me an hour to get in, took Joe about 45 minutes. The queue was ridiculously long, and they'd clearly sold way too many of the tickets for the early bird, which is ridiculous considering it's kind of a form of VIP. And I expect the gold to go in on the silver first, but there shouldn't be that many early bird tickets. It's just a nonsense. Taking an hour to get in a building, and then to find when you get in there the place is overloading already before they've even put general in at 11 o'clock. Plus you had the lack of aircon in there, which was, it was so hot in there it was ridiculous. They tried to say on a forum there was air in there, but if it was like someone blowing out air from the top of the roof because you couldn't feel it.
Changing it from L's cold to L's sweat.
Yeah, something like that. or the desert, Jesus, yeah. There was a rumour going around, funny enough, that they were going to be knocking down Earl's Court soon. I don't know how true it is, but it won't happen until after October 1, because they're doing the next one in October, I think on the 18th and 19th, and that's being at Earl's Court. So I would like them to move it to the XL afterwards.
Yeah, I think it was 2018 the plan to knock it down.
Oh, is it that far ahead? I thought people seem to think it was sooner, but that's a shame. I'm still hoping they'll move it to XL because it's bigger, and I'm just hoping they organise it better in general next time, because I'd never known anything like it. It was solid in there. The queues to buy tickets for VIPs, not for VIPs, it's a different thing now, for autographs as well as photo shoots was way too long.
Even Wembley Arena could be a good venue.
Yeah. Whether it's big enough though, I'm not sure it's actually bigger than XL, to be honest. When you look at the size, I don't think it would be any, because with the seats there as well, I think it would probably make it a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, considering they're starting to get bigger ones like Stan Lee, Carrie Fisher, people like that, they kind of need to limit their tickets and not overload us, because God forbid there'd been a fire or a bomb scare in that place, we all would have been in big trouble. If there'd been a fire in the middle of that building, most of us wouldn't have made it, because you wouldn't be able to move out of the bloody place. Just way too many people in there. I mean, just walking down the sides, looking at the merch and everything, you was standing still half the time. Plus, they didn't promote the programmes. It was only later on Samantha noticed it. Because I was thinking, where's these programmes? I want to get one of these. All of a sudden, it's a table down there it's laying out. It's like, that's helpful, isn't it? It was actually near the front of the entrance. I just didn't notice it when I was coming in because it was so crowded in there. You couldn't see half the things. But anyway, we went to the wrestlers first, who were halfway in the hall on the right. First, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again doing this. First, I met Al Snow. Got his figure signed, and he also signed Head as well, which was quite funny. But he was making fun of my Broman shirt, saying he didn't know anyone liked him. And then, but yeah, he was really cool. We got a photo of him there as well as doing his photo shoot. Same with James Storm. And James Storm gave me this DVD for free. Just suddenly said, here, I'll take this, which is the Fandemonium DVD, which is half Beer Money, half Motor City Machine Guns. That was really nice of him to give me that. Wasn't expecting that at all. Where's he signed? Here's his signed promo, which he put beer at the bottom, which is basically leaving it open for Bobby Roode to say money underneath it, if he ever does it. Then we went on to Brooke Adams, if I can find her.
Hashtag hot tamale.
Eh?
Hashtag hot tamale.
Which she signed this, one of her new TNA promos. Wasn't allowed photos with her for some reason, they weren't allowing it with her, and Mickey James was allowing it on the Saturday but not the Sunday, which was a shame.
Mickey James had a valid reason, I think.
Yeah, because he's pregnant. I think she just didn't want a photo or anything. Then there was Robbie E, which signed his new promo. He was very appreciative of me wearing his shirt, because I don't think he gets to see many people wearing his shirt, to be honest.
How does he manage to date Brooke Adams in the first place?
Someone did ask him that, funny enough, how did he pull it off? And he goes, it's the hair. Which I thought was quite funny that someone actually asked him. But then I went on to Lita, who had a bit more of a queue than the others. She signed my old 2002 WWE promo, which I really like this one. She liked it as well because it was old. Then on...
Like my Raw magazine that I got for her to sign.
Yeah. Also on Sunday I got her to sign this Survivor Series poster from 2000, I think it was, with her and Tori on it.
2001.
Yeah, 2001, that's it. Which she liked that as well, again, because it's old style. Also got this signed for my friend Shirley as well, with the blue background, one of her old ones. Her old ones are the better ones. Also, I got quite a few things signed by her. Also got one of her ones she had on the table. I couldn't resist this one.
Bet you would.
Just because, yeah, just because what she's wearing, couldn't resist. So yeah, that was the Saturday ones. With the wrestlers, the Sunday ones was Magnus and Mickey, which Mickey's put to Greg instead of Craig. So apparently my name's Greg now. I got this one of Magnus. I nearly picked up the one with Dixie, but then I said to him I don't really want one with Dixie on it, which he agreed to.
I got the other one for him to sign, the other one with the title, but that cost me an extra £5.
Yeah.
It was getting quite rare in some places.
Actors wise, I only got one autograph, which was Shani Vincent. Got that signed by her. I don't know if you know her. She's done Step Up. She's also been in Home and Away. But yeah, because I said to her, I will always remember her from Home and Away, and she laughed and said it's so funny how what you remember people by. But she was really nice. Got some photos to show here as well. On Sunday I met Summer Glau, which I couldn't resist, partly because I think she's hot. And then I realised when my mate Matt told me she was actually in one of the episodes of Big Bang Theory, and I actually remembered that episode. It just suddenly came to me, and here's my photo with her. I had to rush over to her after meeting Carrie Fisher because Carrie's first photo session was cancelled due to her being late or stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've seen people's photos, she's got her dog Gary in it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny. Some people weren't impressed, but I thought it was quite funny. It's harmless anyway, but...
Yeah. Some people who have dog allergies or something.
Yeah, well, yeah. Start sneezing all over the place. It's funny because when she was in Star, she was like my childhood crush, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
You remember how she looked in Star Wars and all that?
I can't forget that.
So I couldn't resist doing that, even though, you know, obviously she's a lot older now and all that. But here's one of my photos with Shani Vincent from the Sunday, which I also got a photo with her when she did the signing as well on a Saturday. Here's my one with Stan Lee, which, you know, won't get this opportunity again, so that's worth the money.
Yeah.
And I got fairly close enough to the front for that because we had one of the earlier numbers. We had like 28, I think it was, luckily.
Yeah. If I had more money on me, I would have met Castle of the Power Rangers, but I'm stuck with the wrestlers for now.
Yeah, well, Power Rangers are doing like a convention of their own, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Also, there was this photo with Lita. Robbie E, who only had about 7 people for his photo session.
Oh, good.
But I heard Jeremy Borash only had 2 or 3, so...
Oh, my word.
Brooke Adams, looking amazing as always. James Storm, because I had the Broman shirt on still, when I went up to him and went to shake his hand, he pulled his hand away and goes, "I can't shake your hand wearing that shirt." And he laughed and said, "Only joking." I said to him, "Someone's got to support him." And he goes, "True, someone's got to support him." And then my photo with Al Snow, who had Head with him as well. And even he said again, "I can't believe you're actually wearing that shirt." It was like open all hours on me that day, you taking the mick out of my shirt. It was less taking the mick out of me the day after when I was wearing my Ultimate Warrior shirt. But yeah, those were all the meets and photo shoots that I did. Also bought a few things. One of these pop vinyl movies, which I'm getting addicted to. The Bumblebee Transformers one. Which I've bought a few since then. I got Doctor Doom, Stan Lee, and Skeletor as well. And I couldn't resist buying this helmet. Transformers Bumblebee helmet. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it was. I've always, when I was a kid, I wanted one of the trooper heads, but I didn't see that, and I thought this was only 15 quid as well, and I thought I'll take that because there's something I've always wanted, something like this. So a cool little.
When I went to Newcastle Comic Con back in March, one of my friends bought like sort of like a string Optimus Prime mask.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, with regards to people that are dressed up, I only got a few photos because I was just too tired after time to bother with it because it was so hot in there, it was knocking me out. Plus, the fact there was barely anywhere for anyone to sit. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I mostly sat in the cosplay area because that was the only cold section of the Hell's Court.
Yeah, it was just, there was barely anywhere to sit. Loads of people were sitting on the floor, which is not ideal, because if you don't see someone, you could go flying over them.
Yeah.
Which, you shouldn't have to resort to sitting on the floor either, it's just ridiculous. But if, health and safety, anyone from health and safety would have been in that building that day, they easily could have closed it down from the overload.
Yeah.
It's a shame, because I did enjoy myself, but it was just way too many tickets sold. It was just chaos. It did put a dampener on it, which was a shame because I met plenty of people. It's just too many people in the building. Now to you, who did you meet on Saturday?
I met Al Snow first, then I met Agnes, Lita, Brooke Adams, and Robbie E.
Was it just the wrestlers you met, or was there anyone?
I could have met David Yost from Power Rangers, but again, I didn't have the money enough to meet him in the end, so I just mainly stick with the wrestlers.
Okay. Yeah, you could easily have spent a fortune. I mean, I would have done the Emperor as well, but it was another 65 quid for a photo, which I'd already spent enough.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can keep spending. I can't keep shoving everything on a credit card. It just gets a bit silly. You end up with a massive bill like Robbie does. Bro, Robbie's trying to sell stuff on Facebook because he's making himself bankrupt on bloody... because he did Milton Keynes as well and spent a fortune on there. So yeah, it was good fun, just a shame about the crowds. Sunday was a lot better with the crowds. Still a longish queue for the early birds, but it was a lot better. It was noticeable that there was not so many people in there. Plus it was a little bit cooler as well because of the fact that there was less people in there. They were trying to say on the forum that the aircon was better because it had been raining, but there was barely any rain to cool it down. It was just less people. Even my phone was working better with less people in there. Yeah, on the Sunday we met Kay Fisher, Summer Glau, Samantha met Michael Madsen. She also met Jamie Bamba. I think I said his surname right. Yeah, and also Magnus and Mickey James. And then we were on a Saturday, I forgot, we did the Lita talk as well as the TNA talk. Did you see the TNA one?
I've heard a couple of bits of it with the British Boot Camp announcement and that.
Yeah, they basically announced the boot camp, which is about 12 odd wrestlers, but it doesn't just include wrestlers. You got referees, ring announcers as well. It's a whole variety that you can have in wrestling. It's not just wrestlers, which I think is quite cool.
I mean, it should be good to watch in a way, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so anyone who's a referee out there, you know, give it a go. It's worth a try. Plus, we got so much talent in British wrestling now. I mean, I've only been to a few shows, but just by going to those few shows, like with Progress Wrestling and Revolution Pro, there's, you know, you got people like Jimmy Havoc there. There's Andrews. There's Rampage as well. There's so many good ones that could go over there if they're used right, because, you know, they're not always used right as you get with some of them, but they've got so much ability over here. There's plenty to choose from.
Yeah, Rampage was in development with WWE for a short period of time.
Right.
Because Monty Lynch in FCW, and then a few short months after he got released.
Right. Because there's a few women as well. You got, I don't know if you ever seen a Scottish girl called Nikki Storm.
I think so. Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah, she was at the Endeavour show I went to in Camden. She was really good. There was Rhea O'Reilly as well.
Yeah.
She's good. I've only seen a few, but those two have definitely got potential. Because, you know, the Knockouts needs some more knockouts. There's no doubt about it.
There's a Scottish girl I know called Kaylee Ray. She's really good as well.
Yeah, I think I've heard of her. But men-wise, there's so much out there to choose from. It's so much more to choose from. I mean, with TNA, with the boot camp, there's like 4 of them. At least here, you've got much more variety. You know, plus you've got referees as well, which makes it even more interesting, different to anything WWE's done. But they announced the judges are Al Snow, Gail Kim, and Samoa Joe.
That should be good.
Yes.
Especially with Al Snow.
Well, it's even more so Samoa Joe, because he's the sort of person who won't take no crap, so that'll be quite interesting to see how that goes. But definitely looking forward to it. It'll be better than the last one, I think, because you've got so much more to it.
Plus you've got more variety as well.
Yeah. Did you do the Lita talk?
I didn't in the end, but I heard people saying that she was going over to the crowd and asking the questions.
Yeah, she started off by saying if you're recording or taking photos, get it over with now while I'm walking through the crowd just doing random things. So once it started, so you put your phones down and all that and basically just pay attention to what's been spoken about. It went quite quick actually, it was about 40 minutes, but it went quite quick. No one asked her what I was expecting, something to do with Punk, but...
That's probably my put her in a bad mood in some places.
Yeah, it would have been funny. But obviously she said her favourite to wrestle was Trish Stratus, which everyone pretty much knew anyway.
Yeah.
She spoke about her Lucha Libre, things like that, and if she would come back and all these sort of little things. But it was good though. It was only a tenner as well, so it was worth it. But yeah, the whole day in general was good. Just it was a little bit of a dampener on how way it was run at the beginning with the crowds and everything. Just affected it a bit, which is a shame.
Yeah, Roddy Piper next week should be good.
Yes, we got Rowdy Piper next week. I'll do a separate show on that, but that's in London next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but Sunday after, but which is the 26th, I believe. But he's already started over here. He's which one are you going to? Newcastle?
Yeah, the Monday the 21st.
That's Monday, so not long then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got the VIP for it.
I have as well.
It'd be interesting to see who the next announcement. I know I was talking to Lita about her Bestie tour with Trish, and they're looking to come over in October, basically.
Yeah, I think they're doing Canada next, aren't they?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. They'll obviously use either PSI or Eros. I mean, ticket-wise, I prefer PSI because the Eros system, the websites they use are not very good. The Leicester Square Theatre site is so slow that it nearly cost me getting Regal the other month because it was just so bad.
Yeah, I paid for my tickets for the Piper show over the phone.
Yeah, because I tried on the phone with Leicester Square Theatre, but it was just engaged for way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, PSI, they use Eventbrite, which is a lot easier. You don't pick your seat, you just say what you want, like VIP and how many tickets you want. So VIP plus 4 tickets or whatever. And then you go through the process and that's it. And then they'll just pick your seats for you within the first 3 or 4 rows. It's so much more simpler than the hassle of trying to pick your seat and then it's just spinning round and round for ages, waiting for you to actually get that seat. And then by the time you go through all the process, you end up losing a seat. Which is just a pain, but yeah, PSI have still got to announce their next one. They've gone a bit quiet since the Jericho one.
Yeah.
But yeah, plenty to look forward to. Yeah, they've announced already, I mean, in the programme, you wouldn't have seen it, Too Cool and Rikishi are doing the London Film Comic Con in October.
Yeah.
Which I'll meet them because we're also doing the Rev Pro on a Saturday evening time. Yeah, next week I've got Progress on the Saturday, Progress Wrestling Camden. Chapter 14, and then Rowdy Piper on a Sunday, so it's going to be a busy weekend.
Yep, Saturday is.
Did you enjoy London Film Comic Con overall?
Yeah, it was a really good experience for me. Hopefully maybe looking at going again next year, which would be very good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of actors they get and actresses in the future.
Yeah.
And I'll be more and more bankrupt as it goes along. But anyway, that's London Film Comic Con. Now we're going to talk briefly about Battleground, which Joe's only just found out what the matches are. But
That's Wikipedia for you.
most of the matches are fairly predictable, but they look good on cards anyway. You got the world title match, which is John Cena versus Roman versus Randy, isn't it? You there? Oh, he's frozen. But anyway, yeah, it's I think it's triple threat or fatal 4-way. But I expect hopefully it'll come back in a minute. Just bear with me while I try and fix this. It's trying to load it up. Hopefully it'll be back in a minute. But yeah, we all expect John Cena to win. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a slide, but one day I'm just back.
Alright, well, we got your voice, not your face, but we got your voice anyway.
My voice is better than the face.
It's just saying that basically everyone knows John Cena's going to win the title match because of the fact they've already given away the poster for SummerSlam showing him against Brock Lesnar for the title.
Yeah.
So they're obviously going to go with Plan C afterwards, probably on Raw, which will be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
We've got Paige versus AJ, which I think this will be the night. That'll be the night that Paige turns, because I expect AJ to win somewhere like a roll-up sort of thing, like the last one, and then Paige will snap and beat her up afterwards.
Yeah, that's what they put them as frenemies for a reason.
Yeah, I don't expect Paige to get it back quite yet. I expect it to end like that. You've got the tag title match, Usos against the Wyatts, which I'm hoping to God the Usos finally lose those belts.
2 out of 3 falls, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls, which I expect it to be the usual 2-1 or something, which it usually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I expect the Wyatts to finally get those tag belts off of them. They better anyway.
Yeah.
But that should be again another good match. They always have good matches against each other. We've got Bray Wyatt against Chris Jericho, which potentially could go either way. I expect Bray to win, but it could be one of those where it ends in a DQ or Jericho nicks the pin sort of thing, and then Bray gets payback, revenge at SummerSlam sort of thing.
Yeah. I can see him working towards being in a rematch at SummerSlam at some point.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Bray does get the first one though. You've got the Battle Royal for the Intercontinental title, which is a little bit harder to predict because of the amount of people you've got in it. To me, it's between Sheamus, Miz, even possibly Bo Dallas, Yeah, I'd say around those three sort of thing.
I'm going to go with Cesaro.
And yes, Cesaro as well, but I'm not sure because Cesaro, he's not winning constantly lately, and I'm not sure the whole Paul Heyman thing is really connecting because of the fact he gets cheered a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a hard one because you could see, say, Sheamus winning, and then they unify both the belts, sort of thing.
Yeah, I reckon they'll get rid of the US one and just use the Intercontinental belts.
Yeah, because they've been talking about unifying those belts for a while now.
Yeah.
What other matches have we got? We got
Ambrose
against Seth Rollins, yeah. Which that I'm finding really hard to predict. I'm going to leave it really last minute to decide because it's one of those I don't expect it to be. I expect it to be like a DQ or a count out, something like that, like Dean Ambrose getting DQ'd or something like that.
or even a no contest, for example.
Yeah, because I don't see it being a pinfall or anything like that. I think it'll just end up out of control and someone will either get DQ'd or they both will, something like that.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to predict exactly how it's going to end though, but along those lines anyway, I expect.
Pre-show should be a quiet one with Cameron and Naomi.
That is what I call a toilet break. Cameron against Naomi. Now, I can't stand Cameron. I think Cameron's awful. I'm not a fan of Naomi either, but at least she can wrestle to an extent, whereas Cameron, who's got the rest, she can wrestle as much as a fish can wrestle, basically.
Yeah.
So I expect Naomi to probably win that.
Yeah.
Luckily, it is a pre-show. What other matches we got? I need to go on the blank on some of these matches.
I think that's all of it. Oh yeah, Rusev Swagger.
That's it. I knew there was one that was missing me. Yeah, Rusev Swagger, which that's another awkward. I don't expect Rusev to actually win that match. I expect it to be where Swagger wins by count out as Rusev walks away, sort of thing.
Yeah, I expect that myself, to be honest.
And then you get a rematch at SummerSlam, which Rusev will probably win. Something along those sort of lines.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's someone I missed in that world title match. Kane's in it, isn't he? It's a four-way.
Yeah, Orton and Reigns.
Yeah. But that one's the most predictable one out of the lot, that is. But yeah,
I won't be surprised if there's a singles match between Reigns and Orton at SummerSlam at some point.
that was the talk about Randy against Roman at SummerSlam, and then leading on to say I think it's Triple H against Roman at either Survivor Series or the Rumble. And then Roman wins the Rumble and then goes on to fight Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm saying that
Richard.
myself, because if Batista's coming back from WrestleMania 31, I'll put him in a feud with Triple H.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't expect Undertaker to be at WrestleMania 31.
Nah.
I expect him to have a break.
Advertising The Rock as well, but he'll be around promoting Fast 7 at the time.
Yeah.
As well.
But yeah, the pay-per-view card's looking good. Unfortunately, it's on box office, but the thing is, next year they're all going to be on box office, so you've got to get used to it at some point. With the network and all that stuff coming along.
I think with Sky Sports, Big Time Champions is the next one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's... Oh, God. Oh, nearly knocked you over there. But yeah, that's basically our show from this week. If you want to post any comments below the video about your London Film Comic Con experiences, and post it. It'd be nice to hear other people's views and their experiences. So, yeah, there was a lot of good about it, but there's also the negatives, especially at the start. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Also, the pay-per-view on Sunday, your predictions, or who you think's gonna win on Sunday. But that's it for the show. Come up to about half an hour, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Thanks to Joe Scott for being on the show again.
It's always a pleasure.
Took 3 attempts, but we got there.
In the end, yeah.
That's it for the show. Stay on there, Joe, 'cause I'll carry on talking to you after.
No worries, man.
That's the end of the show, and we'll probably speak to you next week. I'll be back with Samantha, and we'll be talking about Piper, Progress, and I might even get Robbie on, since he'll be at Progress, so... Robbie, I'll be asking you about that. We'll see you soon. Bye. turn that off. Just turn that off a sec, hang on.
Let's give it a text to everyone saying I'm free now.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, mate, I tell you. Sometimes it's so slow to actually set it on this phone.